It's official. Everyone on the internet is possessed.
The world is weird. We investigate unexplained phenomena.
It's a bit convenient, isn't it?
There's something happening in the world that is evil.
God is here. And the devil is too.
What the hell?
What happened?
Religion.
Evil, new season June 12th. Binge season 1 and 2 now exclusively on Paramount Plus.
I'm not comfortable living in a hot dog. It's still way better than your house, kitty. I can't do this anymore, Mom. If you won't listen to me, then I really don't have a choice.
So you're running away?
South Park, The Streaming Wars, now streaming.
Okay, well, I see ya.
Bye, honey.
Cute.
Exclusively on Paramount Plus.
It's The Last Stand. And here is your host, Brian Custer.
That's right. It is The Last Stand. We bring you the biggest names in the sport. I'm Brian Custer, and joining us on this show today, when you talk about the lightweight division, there are a number of people who believe this young man is the future at 135. He's known as the Ghost. He's unbeaten. Frank Martin joins us here on The Last Stand.
What's going on?
Hey, how you doing, Frank?
I'm good. How you doing?
Great, man. Good to have you finally on the show. Hey, listen, June 18th in Houston, you're back in action. You're facing Ricardo Nunez. Tell me, what should we expect when you get in the ring with him?
Fireworks. Fireworks. He bring a lot of power. I bring a lot of power. So, hopefully we get a nice knockout this fight.
I like it. What do you think a victory against Nunez does for you in your career?
It's definitely going, take my career to another level. Fighting a guy like Nunez. So, getting the job done and getting it done in a good fashion it'll be good for me. Especially a lot of people been wanting to see me fight again. So people like knockouts,
Yeah,
So.
The great late Emmanuel Stewart always said, "Knockout sell." You're right about that. Where would you say you are in your development right now, Frank?
Development, I feel like I'm developing well. I feel like I'm ready for all the top guys. After this fight right here, they might as well go ahead and give me a seat at the table with them. So I feel like the development good. I got the best trainer in the business, so everything good.
Yeah, and I'm happy you said that because you fight in, let's be honest, one of the best divisions in boxing at 135. I mean, you got Tank Davis there. You got Kambosos. You got Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Vasily Lomachenko. Do you believe at this point right now Frank Martin is ready to take on one of those guys?
Yeah, just given the opportunity to showcase who I am as a fighter and my skills. Yeah, I think I'm ready for those guys.
And tell me why.
I got everything. I feel like I got the power, the IQ, the training. The only thing people could say is the experience or whatever. But I even feel like with the experience, I feel like I'm ahead of the curve. I feel like I'm ahead of the curve.
And what did you think when you saw, let's say, the Tank Davis Rolly Romero fight?
Tank, he waited for that shot. He seen it. He probably seen it when Rolly was coming in on him a couple of times. He probably seen it. He just didn't have the timing down on it. And when he got that timing, he landed that shot perfect.
You're right. Listen, you mentioned it. You train, you fight under Errol Spence's Man Down Promotions. How you train with Derrick James? How did all that come about?
Just had to sit. I had been to the gym a few times before I even started training with Derrick, and we actually had me, Derrick, and my cousin Jalen had a sit down or whatever, and I just kind of told him, what my goals was and what I wanted to accomplish, and if he would train me. And Derrick was just like, yeah, so you just gotta come in and work, basically, improve yourself. So that's what I did, and we've been just going ever since.
Wow. And how many fights had you had at that point?
10.
Okay. Yeah, 10. Listen, Derrick James now the trainer of the undisputed champion in Jermell Charlo, the unified champion in Errol Spence Jr., who needs only one more belt to become undisputed. I would say, considering the Ugas fight, the Castaño fight, he's already wrapped up trainer of the year. But that's my opinion. In your opinion, what makes him such a great trainer?
Just like he can explain, he can tell you to do something, and he can explain it to you on why to do it, when to do it, or like, like he just make it easy for you. A lot of trainers would tell you to do something and they can explain to you why or when, he break it down to you and make you understand it. So, like you actually know why I'm doing this.
In your opinion, and listen, I know you're going to be biased, but do you believe Derrick James is the best trainer in boxing?
Yeah.
And listen, there's Eddie Reynoso. There's a number of guys who will say, hey, wait. You tell me why Derrick James best trainer in boxing.
I feel like he a teacher. He a teacher, and he helped the fighters that he do train. He help us understand that, understand the game and make it easy on us. A lot of times when I'm fighting now, I'm not fighting off of just my natural ability. I'm fighting off of, like IQ now. Everything's easier. I'm seeing everything before it even happened. And that's just the way we train on the mitts. And a lot of people may look at the training style on the mitts because it ain't like super like flashy, but it's real technical. It's a lot of stuff that we working in that mitt work, that people don't see, but we know what's going on and the things that we working. So
that's a great point. And because I've been in your camp before with Errol and seeing you guys work, that point is so important because, a lot of people just see all the flashy stuff on the mitts and they're looking at the camera and doing all this. Whereas you guys are, boom, it's real tap here. And like you said, it may not look as flashy as the others, but there is a meaning to what you guys are doing. And Derrick does that all the time with all of his fighters, it seems.
Yep.
Good point here. I think in your training there, because you train alongside Errol Spence, what has that done for you, and how has that enhanced your career?
It's just like training with E. It's like, all right, you got to step it up. You got to step it up. You got Errol Spence in the gym every day. Outside of it, for months before he even fight, he in here working. So it's like you trying to get there, so you better stay in the gym. You got to stay at it, because he working. So I feel like I feed off of that. I feed off of EJ, Derrick. Because Derrick in the gym every day too. So just seeing those guys in the gym being where they at, and then just them being in the gym as much as they're in the gym is just like you got to stay in there too, because you're trying to get there.
Everyone in the world wants to see Errol Spence Jr. and Bud Crawford fight. Listen, you train alongside of him. You tell me why Errol Spence Jr. will win that fight.
He just pressure. His pressure. He consistent in everything he do. Like he consistent with his punch output, with everything. His offense to defense, he balanced. Really, really, like people ain't gonna say, oh, he lacked defense or he lacked offense. Like I feel like he got everything. People may be like, oh, Terence is faster or this and that.
He's more athletic. He's a finisher. I hear all that. They go, he's more athletic. He's a finisher. That's not Spence.
The thing is, like, EJ got something for all of that. He got something for all that. Just his the way he trained, his mentality. He'll have something for all of that.
I love it. Talk about you here. When you talk about the lightweight division, what is your goal at 135?
I'm trying to follow behind the team. I'm trying to be undisputed. So if God willing, with hard work and all of that, I could become undisputed.
I love it. I love it. Frank, for people who come on the show, we allow people to send questions through social media. We got a number of them, so I'll get right to them. This one comes from Lex on Twitter. He says, you're fighting Nunez. He's got 23 wins, 21 knockouts. How are you preparing for his punching power?
Real tight on defense, watching out for those big shots that he throw. I feel like I'm used to punchers. So
Chuck from Twitter asks, has the success of Errol Spence inspired and motivated you?
Yeah, absolutely. It keep me going.
Has it surprised you at all, the way he's come back from the accident and the way he's looked since coming back?
It actually it did surprise me. Like not that he came back from it, but just like how he came back from it. Just like I feel like he came back looking different than he did even before. He came back looking like stronger and just more dominant and hungry. So like me being a part of that and just getting to see it, it was actually a dope experience.
And I don't think people realize as well, and again, only because I've had the opportunity to be in you guys' camp here, it wasn't like even after accident that he went through rehab. He came back to the gym was his rehab. And that to me is just phenomenal that he had no kind of rehab from the hospital, that it was really just you guys and Derrick in training that got him back.
Yeah, he came back. And then what he did in that fight against Ugas, he was on point.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like you never knew. You would have never knew. Nothing happened to him.
That's a really good point. Julius asks, what do you remember about beating up Virgil Ortiz in the amateurs?
And I just went out there with the mindset I'm winning. I just was fighting. I was just fighting hard. I didn't even know who Virgil was. I just knew I was going to win that national tournament, that national Golden Glove, I mean.
And what happened in that fight? Tell us about the fight.
Like the first round. So it was crazy because I was gloving up. I was gloving up at the table or whatever. So I get there. I got the Indiana stuff on. So they're like, Indiana? What you still doing here? So I'm like, all right, I'm finna show y'all what I'm doing here. So I glove up or whatever, get in the ring. First round, me and Virgil was going. I actually did a double jab 2. And I got a little flash knockdown against Virgil. And from there, we just was getting it on. It was good fight.
Yeah, that's funny. What do you think about what he's done since he's become a professional?
He doing good. He doing good in his career. He keep doing this thing and keep it up.
Peter asks from Twitter. He says your footwork is elite. How important is your footwork to your success?
It's a big part. I can actually use it a little more, and it may add more to my game. I don't use it enough as I should. But it's a big part of my game.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Brian Custer, and our new podcast partner is Athletic Greens. I started taking Athletic Greens because I wanted more energy, and I got to say, I really love it. Athletic Greens, it doesn't taste like it's super healthy. It has that really mild kind of tropical taste, and I'm telling you, you're going to like it. So what is Athletic Greens? But I'm going to tell you one delicious scoop of AG1, and you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help start your day right. And it contains less than 1 gram of sugar. There are no GMOs and no nasty chemicals or artificial anything at all, while still tasting good. And it supports better sleep quality, recovery time, and also supports your mental clarity and alertness. AG1 is a small micro habit of big benefits, and it's the one thing you can do every single day to take care of yourself. And it's lifestyle friendly. So whether you eat keto, paleo, you're vegan, you're dairy free, or gluten free, and it costs you less than $3 a day. And additionally, for every purchase, AG1 is donating to organizations to help get nutritious foods to kids in need. In fact, No kid hungry here in the U.S.? Well, in 2020, Athletic Greens donated $1.2 million to kids. Now, look, we're going to make this thing simple because Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you've got to do is go to athleticgreens.com/laststand. Again, athleticgreens.com/laststand. Take ownership of your health and get yourself Athletic Greens. Frank, come to the last segment of the show. We also call it The Last Stand. So I'm going to ask you a series of questions. You just give me the first thing that comes to your mind. You ready?
I got you.
All right. Is Frank Martin the future of the lightweight division?
Absolutely. I'm determined. I'm determined. That's the main thing. I'm determined, and I'm gonna do what I got to do to get there. When it's fights like this fight that's in front of me, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna put on. I'm gonna win these fights in spectacular fashion. I don't want to just win by a small margin. I want to dominate.
And what do you say to those who say, listen, man, he's no Gervonta Davis. That's not Ryan Garcia. That's not Devin Haney. You say what?
Time will tell. I turn them into believers.
Frank Martin aside, in your opinion, who's the best fighter right now at 135 pounds?
Right now, I done had switch ups in what I say. So man, I had to say, like, right now, I give it to Tank. I give it to Tank.
Who did you think it was before?
At first, last thing I said, I was like Kambosos, but I only said that because he had the belts.
Right.
Like, he got all the belts, so Kambosos. But
yeah,
when you really talk style wise and all of that, I give it to my top 3 would be Tank, Teofimo, and Devin Haney.
And now Teofimo's moving up to 140.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. How would a Frank Martin, Gervonta Davis fight look like?
Oh, that'd be fire. That'd be fireworks right there. That'd be good. Hopefully we can get that in the next about year and a half.
Okay. I like that. Listen, every fighter has that opponent where that opponent's like his coming out party, where people say, oh, that guy is for real. Your training partner, Errol Spence Jr., it was Kell Brook. When he went to England and beat Kell Brook, who was the top welterweight at that time, people said, this guy is the goods. In your opinion, who's that guy for Frank Martin? You think when you get in the ring with this guy, people are going to say, oh, okay, I've heard about him. He's for real.
I don't know. I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah? Okay.
I couldn't even tell you.
Interesting. Next question is, you talked about goal. What's your ultimate goal, Frank, in this sport?
I want to retire at 54. I want to retire at 154. So, if I can get titles at 35, 40, 47, and 54, that would be, that's my ultimate goal.
Wow. To be a 3-division champ.
Yes.
How about that? Complete this sentence. Frank Martin will be world champion when?
By the end of this year, 22, or the beginning of next year.
Okay. So the end of 2022, beginning of 2023.
Yep.
Last but not least, couple of them. Is Frank Martin the best fighter at 135 that a number of people haven't heard of yet?
I believe so. I believe that I'm slept on. I'm slept on, and I'm all right with it. I'm gonna keep working, and I'm gonna just prove. I'm show everybody like who I am, and it'll come off of my performances. Everybody will see from there.
Last but not least, when we talk about some of the most exciting fighters of the year, will Frank Martin go down as one of the most exciting fighters that 2022 has seen?
Yeah, we still got about 2 more fights before the end of the year, so I can make that happen.
I love it. Frank Martin, they know him as the Ghost, unbeaten, 11 knockouts. It's funny. How would you describe your style? Because you look at 15 fights, 11 of them knockouts. And if I'm not mistaken, the last 10 of your fights, you've stopped 7 of those guys. So when you watch you fight, you're such a great boxer. How would you describe your style?
You got to be tuned in. You got to be tuned in to my fights, because I could be boxing the whole fight and boom, a knockout comes. I could be waiting. I could see the shot early, don't take it. I'm patient. I'm a patient fighter. So I can see the shot and won't take it, and boom, as soon as I feel like everything is good, I take a shot, So you just got to stay tuned in, like when I fight, because at any moment, I can knock a guy out.
How'd you get the nickname The Ghost?
So 2016, the year that I fought Virgil in the National Golden Gloves, we was in Utah, and at the hotel that we was in, the lights had went off. This was the night before the championship. The lights had went off in the building. So once those lights had went off, my coaches, they put on everybody had stopped working out. We was all working out in this little area. Everybody stopped working out. We was all cutting weight that night though. So once the lights cut off, they put their flashes on the phones. So once the flashes went on the phones, I'm in the room just running and stuff, and you see my shadows on the wall. And everything. And then 2015 was the first year that I really came out boxing. That was my first year fighting in the National Golden Gloves. And I had beat Abraham Nova. And the judges were just looking at me they was looking at me crazy. Like, who is this guy? I just came out of the blue. So we just, after the 2016 Golden Gloves, we Ghost. That's the name.
I love it. That's fantastic. That's a great nickname, man. That is a great nickname. And someone told me the thing that they are most surprised. They said you started boxing late. They said you're not like these prodigies who start at 7 or 6 years old, 8 years old. They said you started late, well into your teens, correct?
Yeah, if I was 18.
Wow. And how? I mean, how did it, at 18, did you say, okay, I'm going to start? But how did that all come about?
I was playing football and wrestling, got in some trouble senior year, ended up losing my football and wrestling scholarships, and was just kind of lost trying to find myself. And I'm like, I'm a box. I was just talking to myself, what I'm going to do? I'm like, I'm a box. So I ended up just signing up, because I wanted to fight when I was younger. My mom, she wasn't going for it. So as soon as I hit 18, I signed up on my own. And I'm like, I'm going to put my all into it. And I just been going with it since.
Wow. That's great stuff, man. That is great stuff. And so originally from Indianapolis, reared in Detroit, or vice versa?
No, I was born in Detroit, and I was raised in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I moved to Indianapolis when I had started boxing when I was 18.
Which one do you rep more, Detroit or Indy?
About the same.
About the same, huh?
About the same, yeah.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, folks.
They be pulling me.
I'm sure they do. They both of them try to claim you. No, he's ours. He's ours. Folks, when you watch the 135-pound division, this young man here is going to be one of the best. Trust me. And that's why we got him on here, because you need to know about the Ghost, Frank Martin. Hey, best of luck on Showtime Championship Boxing, man, June 18th.
Appreciate you.
That's what we do here on The Last Stand. We bring you the biggest names in the sport. And at 135, you're going to hear a lot about Frank Martin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you again next week.
It's official. Everyone on the internet is possessed.
The world is weird. We We will investigate unexplained phenomena.
It's a bit convenient, isn't it?
There's something happening in the world that is evil.
God is here. And the devil is too.
What the hell?
What happened?
Religion.
Evil, new season June 12th. Binge season 1 and 2 now exclusively on Paramount Plus.
I'm not comfortable living in a hot dog. It's still way better than your house, kitty. I can't do this anymore, Mom. If you won't listen to me, then I really don't have a choice.
So you're running away?
South Park, The Streaming Wars, now streaming.
Okay, well, I see ya.
Bye, honey.
Cute.
Exclusively on Paramount Plus.